Here's what I got just looking at the early lines. Remember, some of these cupcake games aren't out yet, at least that I've seen. So they're more of the top matchups, the medium matchups. SMU BYU over 56.
Friday game.
This is a Friday game. Retzlaff looked really good. I know it was Southern Illinois, but they looked competent offensively. He was on time. He was on rhythm. I went back and watched that game last night. I liked what I saw from him. And then SMU, say what you want. They're 2-0. They're 2-0 right now. This is a big one for them at home. Kind of a bounce back against an opponent that's worthy, right? To maybe say, hey, that Nevada game, we just didn't play very well. SMU's defensive front, I question. BYU's big on the offensive line. If the run games works, Retzlaff can run too. I think SMU right now, I'm leaning toward them winning this game. I think they're a 10.5-point favorite, but the over 56, this game just really, really feels like a 38-31, 38-35 type game. Maybe even one team gets in the 40s, but I like that game early, Dave.
You're talking about Nevada. Let's go ahead and talk about Nevada, Georgia Southern, over 57.5. I'm taking every over in every Georgia Southern game that I can.
Why not? The question is, do you take every over in every Boise State game after what they gave up to Georgia Southern? By the way, did you see Clay Helton in his press conference said that Georgia State misaligned against the run 14 times?
Yeah.
That is so bad.
Well, they give up 260 yards rushing to one guy and 680 total yards.
14 times? Look, I get lining up wrong. My guys have lined up wrong before 14 times in one area.
But then they score a bunch of points on offense, so that's why I'm taking overs.
Yeah, no, I like that. Blaine, what's one you're looking at?
All right, one I'm looking at right now, the Ole Miss spread, take it. Take it. And whatever it's at right now, I got it at 37.5.
Middle Tennessee beat Tennessee Tech
Middle
by
Tennessee
7.
beat an FCS team by 3. That's all I have to tell you. Take it. Another one, Oklahoma playing Houston. Houston's bad.
They're bad.
Houston's bad. Take that Oklahoma spread. Last time I saw it was 27.5.
It's 29 right
I
now.
wouldn't be surprised.
I got it written down right
29,
here.
yeah.
I like Auburn minus 13 at home, 13.5 at home. I'd watch as a ought for Cal if he's out. I think that's...
Well, even if he's hobbled, they're a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
That's their trick. And they struggle with UC Davis, a team I got a lot of respect for.
And the Iowa State under.
That's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, how low is this going to go? I got it at under 35.5. All right?
Okay.
Iowa State scored 21 points against North Dakota. Not North Dakota State, North Dakota. If you watch that Iowa game, yes, they scored 40 points. And I thought Cade was actually really elusive in that game. I wasn't overly impressed with the offensive line and Iowa's offense in general. I think that score can be a little bit of a misnomer. But I want to stay on Friday. Duke Northwestern, under 37.5.
I got that too.
I wish I would have got it at 39. If you watch Northwestern play Miami, Ohio, and you watch Duke play Elon, no, not the guy that owns Twitter now. That's an actual football team. I like Malik Murphy. He can do some things. These offenses are not very good. They are defensive-led teams. You look at Manny Diaz, the head coach at Duke, a defensive guy. I think this is going to be a very, very low-scoring game. I think these teams are very, very similar. Not going to get a lot of explosives. I don't see anything crazy happening in special teams. I love that under. Then a couple more here. Texas Tech gave up 41 points to Abilene Christian. All right, they won 42, or maybe even 51, maybe 52-51. I can't remember. Went to overtime. I watched Washington State put up almost 80 against Portland State, but they gave up a lot. I love the Texas Tech Washington State over 65.5. I think we can get a lot of points in this game, David. I'm going to take USC minus 28 against Utah State. I'll worry a little bit about a hangover there, but I think they're going to drink their Z-Biotics. And then Ohio money line against South Alabama. They're a 2-point underdog right now. South Alabama's offense looked good. Defense, absolute cheek water. So give me Ohio money line plus 114.
Arkansas fans, come here.
Uh-oh.
Come here. Zoom this camera in.
Money line.
Money line.
No way.
Money.
Okay, State.
Taven Green, baby. Take money line Arkansas on the over.
So
Taylon Green. No.
You are calling. I want you to look right in.
Look, this isn't the first time. I mean, I called the Notre Dame Texas A&M tie.
No.
Arkansas is beating Oklahoma State this weekend. You bet Arkansas money line. Sam Pittman and the boys are getting it.
Why are they going to beat it?
Because Oklahoma State can't play defense.
I thought the defense actually looked a little bit better against the South Dakota State team that's pretty good. The question is, they're not going to see the guy running like Taylon Green can run. Yeah. Jaquindon Jackson looked big too. But here's what I told Arkansas fans. Yeah, you destroyed Pine Bluff. That's great. Green is going to have to make – what's crazy is I'm looking at Alan Bowman and Green, and they're two totally different players, but the answer for them to have success is going to be the same. In tight coverage, can Taylon Green make the 3 to 5 throws in this game he's going to have to make down the field for Arkansas to be able to score enough points to win? Because Oklahoma State is going to score, right? Oklahoma State with Ollie Gordon and this offense, I think, is going to score against this Arkansas defense. But Bobby Petrino, This is where, just like we talk about Sark at Texas, this is where, like the game against Michigan, when you have to find a way to manufacture a couple touchdowns when you need them the most. Bobby Petrino, I think, is going to pull everything out of the bag for this game, because if they go win this game, which right now I don't think they are, but I don't think it's as unplausible as it was after week 1. If they go win this game, the trajectory of not only Arkansas's season changes, but I think Sam Pittman's trajectory with Arkansas changes. And if I was going to be wrong about one thing, I hope I was wrong about Sam Pittman and this being his last year at Arkansas. I will gladly come on this show and tell you I was wrong and high five and go drink a cold beer with
I love that. What's the money line odds?
Last time I saw it, it was plus 280.
Okay, all right.
Look, can we
put my
it's
man
a one-possession spread now.
It is.
Can we put my man in the hype video?
Come on, it's
Riding
now.
for you. Riding
It's
for you
now.
this
There's
week.
no time to wait. It's now. Where are the dogs at? I remember watching Arkansas on a Saturday. There's not a team I'd rather play less than a Saturday at 11 o'clock.
Oh,
than
God.
Arkansas.
That's at
dog.
Auburn.
Where are they at?
But I just saw Fred Talley run down the hallway for another touchdown.
Here's a couple more that I like quickly. Louisville minus 28.5 against Jacksonville State. Jacksonville State just looked terrible against Coastal Carolina. If that comes down to 27.5, now we're talking about maybe putting the whole rent on it. Right now, 28.5. Who cares if it goes up to 29.5? I'm going to wait it out and just see if it comes down at all. I like that one. Notre Dame minus 28.5 against Northern Illinois.
How is NIU? Did anybody watch NIU week 1?
I just know that Notre Dame defense is for real.
I don't think Rocky Lombardi's back for year 35. I think he's actually in the league. I think I saw him in a preseason game.
Probably, yeah.
Toledo, minus 20 against UMass. They covered for me last week, Toledo did. Let's see, you already talked about Washington State, Texas Tech. How about Clemson, App State, under 53?
I like the under in this game. What is it at 17.5?
Mm-hmm.
If it gets down to 16.5, I actually like Clemson in this one, because I don't think App can. Clemson defense,
it's
like,
for real.
Don't
good,
get anything confused.
That's why I like the under.
When we talk about Clemson in the skill position on offense struggling, this Clemson defense is an absolute top 5 nightmare fuel type defense. They look, and that was against Georgia, who that ain't a walk in the park to go against on offense. So App State got a lot of respect for him. Some people are picking him to be the 12th team. I think this is the game where Wesco and all these young guys at Clemson kind of burst onto the scene. I didn't think Cade played bad against Georgia. Cade's just got no help. He's like Tom Hanks in Castaway right now. His best friend's a volleyball with a hand painted on it. Outside of Brining Stool.
Like, people don't realize how big of a piece Shipley was last year.
Well, Moffa's a good back. I'm not worried about the back. It's the guys at
Shipley
receiver.
did it all. Like, Shipley lined at receiver, caught out of the backfield. Like,
Moffa's not doing that.
No.
That's not Moffa.
So what about this Georgia Tech-Syracuse game?
That one's weird. What's it, 3 right now?
It's at 2.5. I see it.
Yeah, really? And it's at Syracuse.
And the over-under's what?
59.5.
I have been, and again, a new team, new year. I've been fooled before by, hey, they're going to play Syracuse up there on the turf. Like, there's going to be a lot of points. And all of a sudden, it just turns into a slot fest. But Kyle McCord is the quarterback at Syracuse. When I look at Syracuse, can you stop the run? Not just Q power, not just power read in the quarterback run game, but when Georgia Tech and Buster and them do what they do and they motion to get into their TH counter, their gap scheme and all that stuff, can you consistently stop that? Because if you can't, Georgia Tech is going to run up and down that field. And as much as I like Syracuse, Kyle McCord, and the pieces that he has, I don't think you can recover from that for 4 quarters to beat. I like Georgia Tech minus 2.5 right now, but shout out to our boy Hughes Mode, who's actually going, I think, to his first college football game, hopefully going to be rocking the Booster Club shirt. I'm excited to see it. I'm excited to see that game. 2
more questions here for you. How about Utah-Baylor under 53 right now?
All right, we talked about this earlier. Who watched Daquan and them against Tarleton? Talking about Baylor.
Mm-hmm.
Not me.
A little bit.
I didn't get to watch it, but I've seen Daquan enough at Toledo.
Yeah.
Can he throw well enough against Utah? If I'm going to bet this game, I'm going to bet it down to 13.5 Utah, 100%, make it a 2-possession game. I feel like Utah is a way more complete team than Baylor is. I don't trust Baylor's defense. I don't know why you would. I think Utah covers in this game.
You think the 14?
I think so. I think Utah's at that much.
Would you bet it? Would you buy it down
to 13.5? Obviously, right? Yeah.
Finn was 14 of 22, 192, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and Baylor did give up 101 rushing yards.
What about how much did Finn run for?
He only ran for 19 on 6.
Okay, they were going to protect him.
And like you were talking about earlier, Utah's coming out here in 14 personnel.
I mean, like legitimately 4 tight ends.
And Cam Rising ran around and looked pretty good. Hey, what's up, YouTube? Do us a favor. If you like the content, which if you're watching this, you probably do, hit subscribe. It's the right thing to do.